guitars and stuff like that, and maybe a little more personal interest on the outside of that. Like I know you're into bikes, so we could do a couple of threads in the forum about bikes. You know what I mean? Stuff like that, right? It's going to be for all of us. It's going to be centered for guitar, but I want it to be about you guys as much as anything else, right? And if you're members here in YouTube, that shows me that you're someone who's like you're invested a little bit. You know what I mean? So you're not just someone who's going to take a look and maybe bail after 1 month of being a $2 member, $3 member, whatever it is. So so we're really going to start expanding things now. It's just going to take a little time because I'm doing it by myself. So yeah. So David, if anytime that if you want to get in touch with me about taking part in doing that kind of stuff, head on over to the community page. On the top in the header, you'll see my email. Just hit me up, and we'll discuss it as soon as I have the passwords and all that stuff set up for the Discord and everything. I'll get you set up, and you can go take a look around and see what you want to do. If you want to play around, because I've never done a Discord before, so I really don't know. But I know that you can like set up like rooms for games and things like that. So I want to do all that stuff. BBM's in the house. So TSA doesn't hang out at Facebook anymore, huh? Yeah, I know. I was on the shit list on Facebook for a while for that whole last term, Biden's whole term. I was on the shit list. They kicked me out of Facebook Marketplace for trying to sell a lapel mic like this. The AI thought it was a vape pen, and I spent 5 years fighting them on that. So. Yeah, right now Ubi saying it's an in progress page at the moment, but yeah, right, because Ubi's doing all the work right now, and Ubi is the man. Okay, we have to give Ubi a whole bunch of love, guys. You know what I'm saying? He could use. It's a very generous offer that he gave me, and he's doing all the work setting all this up on the website, and I could not do this without him. So. Thank you, Ubi. I love you for this. Really, it's a huge step for the channel, and I just fingers crossed. I hope I can make the next year really fruitful for myself, so this can continue for a long, long time. So, yeah, BBM. I saw the short, and I saw the one where you just clean up the route. Is there another one? Did you do the sound test? So, what's that? Oh, mine should be here tomorrow? Okay, well, that works out because I have off all day tomorrow. I'll just be sitting at home doing a training get my license to be a security guard here in New York. So evidently, you want to stand around and wear a uniform, you got to get a license. So I'll be doing that tomorrow. So I'll be home. That'll be cool. And yeah, that's going to be a review. For anyone who doesn't know, Time Surfing Alien and I did a trade. I traded him my Tees Guitars SBH HD for his Firefly John 5. So I'm going to be getting the John 5 in here for a review. Hopefully that'll be done soon. I got a couple other videos I want to do first, but that'll be coming up soon. I can't wait because that's going to be the first Firefly for the channel, so I'm pumped for that. And they just recently put out more John 5 Fireflies, so the timing is like really nice. So I'm looking forward to that. You guys should be too. It's going to be interesting because then after that, I'm planning on doing a Firefly versus SBHE comparison as well. So that'll be interesting because Firefly is like the internet darling, right? But a lot of people end up having to change things on it. So it'll be interesting to see if it's as good as they say it is, or if it's just the fan aspect that helps them that much, because all their guitars are basically copies of Guitar Hero guitars. The full SS Once Over and review will be this week. I am looking forward to that. And a tease of the sound check. Did one setting the intonation and the tease of the sound check. Okay. All right. Well, I guess I missed the sound check one. I'll have to look. I'm sure it'll pop up in my feed. Picked up a few guitars and played them at the box store. You did. You did. It'll be good for you. When you say social anxiety, I take that as a serious thing. So I'm glad for you. And we got to do something to improve your guitar situation. So we'll see about doing something about that. I got a lot of guitars lying around here too, Ubi, and they're gonna have to be projects and or something. I got a couple that I'm gonna do giveaways for, although I can't promise you one specifically. I got to play fair. Just keep hanging around, man. I mean, I really do want to see you with because the way you play, you're doing the soundtrack, you're doing the tracks live and all that. I like the way you sound now, but I feel like if you had a humbucker in the bridge of that guitar, it would sound a lot better. And that's not don't take that as a negative in any way. Okay. Just tracking yours is in Brooklyn to be. Really? Okay. Okay, so it's in Brooklyn right now. So yeah, it should be. That's usually how it goes. It should be here tomorrow. Then I hope it's in one piece. It is the U.S. Postal Service, so fingers crossed. Right? BBM is not wrong about that one. He says that means like 5 more days in the city to Staten Island. I've literally experienced that. Okay, because as you guys know, some of you guys know, I use Guitar Madness over on eBay to pick up good, inexpensive pickups, right? And he's on Staten Island, and he lives in Florida a few months a year. He's what they call a snowbird, right? So he does business both places. When he's in Staten Island and I get stuff, it takes me longer than when he's in Florida. And in Florida, it takes like 3 days. When he's here on Staten Island, it takes 5. I can watch it go all the way to Queens, hit Long Island, and then come back. Or go to Jersey City and then come back. I don't know why. Yeah. I think you have, Ubi. I think you have squeezed about as much out of that single coil as you can. It sounds good, and it's impressive that it sounds as good as it does, because I'm sure it's not the best single coil to begin with, So, yeah, the first Igor Nick did that. It bounced around in New York City, right, BBM? Yeah. Well, TSA. I don't blame you for that. If it's a public thing, yeah. Well, if there's a way for you to do it on your phone, set up the account, then you wouldn't necessarily have to put your information in the computer at the library, right? So if you have a cell phone, you could set up an account that way, and then you can always just do what you got to do at the library if necessary. But that's just a thought. As I'm saying that, I'm realizing that maybe you don't even have a cell phone necessarily that's capable of doing that for some reason, or at all. So that's always a possibility too. But hit like 8 suburbs. Yeah, it's like it bounces all over. You're in Texas, Ubi? But since I set up Pirate Ship, I've only shipped a handful of guitars. I've probably saved about $300, because whenever I go there, I take the cheapest one always, but then I go look at the highest one. And sending you yours would have cost me $150 using the postal service in like first class or whatever. Yeah, I guess so, right? TSA, you still have to have your info in their computer, right? All right. So Iowa, okay. So then we really need to get you a guitar. Not a lot going on in Iowa, or is there? Is that just a misnomer? Is that just a stereotype? So we got a lot to talk about, guys. We're 15 minutes in. We got somebody stopping by, hopefully. The gentleman who's going to be doing the giveaway, who's going to be giving us the guitar and the amp, is supposed to be stopping by the chat. And I'm going to give him a call. When he does, then we're gonna talk about that a little bit. I haven't planned anything out with him, so I really don't know how it's going to go. But we're going to talk about that a little bit. He's going to probably tell us what guitar, what color he's going to give us, and what amp. We're probably going to solidify that. So be sure to stick around for that, and be sure in the future. I'm going to need your help because I made a move to buy something that is going to help with the overall audio of the playbacks that I do. Instead of being mic'd up and having problem with the inexpensive mixers that I'm using, or the cheap audio interfaces that I've had, and all the bad luck I've had with that, we're going to talk about that BBM. I went and I ordered a Fender Mustang LT50. Right, $250, 12-inch speaker, and it plugs right into the PC for use direct recording. So I said, I might as well, right? So that's coming, and that'll be reviewed. And yeah, I saw that BBM is talking about their pre-orders. I actually was going to show you here. Let me do a split screen. I have something to show you. Oh, pardon me. Here we go. Where'd that go? Why am I there? There. That's not where I'm supposed to be either. All right. What's going on? No, that's not where I want to be, guys. Sorry. Take two. Subscriptions. All right. I wanted to show you guys a picture, but let's just go there. All right. I had a picture because we had mountains. Otherwise, so let's see. I got to catch up real quick. It's laid back. We like that. Yeah, it sounds like a very laid back place. I could use that. Coming from here, I crave that. Locals told me Iowa stands for I order went around. T's put up the pre-orders today. That's what we're doing. Only thing would make it better is if we had mountains. Otherwise, wife and I like the slower life. Yeah, man, I guess so, right? Like some Appalachians, like the Appalachian Mountains, something like that. But yeah, sounds cool. Sounds good to me. If I could find a job out there. So, and TSA says that's why I've stayed in South Alabama. Don't get much slower. Yeah, I'm sure. Alabama sounds nice and chill. How's your husky doing? So, all right. So let's try this. Am I there? Hello? All right, I'm there. All right, guys. Here's what we got to talk about. There's a lot to talk about with these ST1s. Let's take a quick look and see what we got. We got 7 new colors. All right. And by the way, I'm going to be editing a video as soon as this live is over. I'm going to be posting it. It's basically what we're doing now. So even though we're doing this now, please do me a favor and watch that video, okay? I was trying to get it out today, but suddenly I had to go to work early. I was hoping to set it up so that it would premiere right after this live. Never happened. But if you're looking for an SBHE, they still got the Broad Street, the Orange Burst, the Green Envy series is still got some in there. There's like 1 8-ball left. And the Majestic White they still have. The Wicked White, they don't have. But if you want one, get one now, guys, because of the tariffs, these things are going to go up a little bit. It's not going to be devastatingly expensive, and it's still going to be well worth the money, but they're going to go up a bit. All right, we're going to talk about that because I did talk to Torsten a little bit. I was trying to talk to him about the new rjcave.com and see how we can work that into helping him sell more guitars. But and that brought up all this. So we're going to talk. Let's take a look at the Battle Gray. The new Battle Gray one comes with black pickups and black pickguard. Sorry, which I think really dresses it up a little bit more. I think with the gray, the black is a better option. Although the white does look good, you can't go wrong with white. I think the black does look a little better. All right. So we got gray, the Battleship Gray, and oh no, went too far. Come on, show me. Where are you? There they are. Okay, okay, that's what happened. All right. Who wants to get their David Gilmour on? Because this is just two little mods away from becoming the next David Gilmour guitar. All right, you need the Gilmour mod and you need the short tremolo bar. That's it. Right? New headstock on these guitars, guys. Not the shape, but the logo is different. It's black again, but the T's logo, well, T this on this one it's the same. Moving forward, it's just going to be the letter T on the headstock. ST1 SPR is on there now as well. I believe that they also have serial numbers now. I'm not 100% on that, but I think in the last video he showed us the back of the neck and it had a serial number. And I know he's been talking about it. If it's not this batch of guitars, the next one will have serial numbers, which means it's going to be registered, and retailers are going to be able to see what the list price of these guitars is and be able to figure out how to negotiate deals when people want to trade them in, right? Because they're sold direct, but if you want to go to Guitar Center and pick up a used one, they need to know how much to pay for it and charge for it, right? The serial numbers help that. We also got the string trees on here are barrel style string trees, right? And we got stainless steel frets. We got all of this. Let me make sure you guys are seeing me, right? I worked in radio a bit, but more in television, engineering, master control. Okay. Oh, okay. All right. All right. Back to this, guys. Sorry, I was catching up with you guys there for a second. So, okay. So, black, gray. Come on, RJ. What are you doing? Come on. We still got the best ones to come, guys, like Boomer Blue. This is the one from the video, right? Nice. All right. Let's try to go through this fast. Why does it do that? Because when I come back to this. There's a problem. I thought it was me. It's not. All right. Anyway, look, TSA, here's yours. Maybe we'll do this quick view. I can't zoom on this, but at least you can see that without me having to go all the way back out through Google. There you go, TSA. That one's for you. And by the way, they have brand new set of pickups in these guitars this time around. All right. According to Torsten, they sound very Strat-like. They're ceramic magnet pickups, but they're very Strat-like. So I take that to mean that they're very much in the vein of some of the Strats that have been made over the years that have had ceramic magnets in the pickups. Not all of them had ceramic magnets. Not all of them had Alnico magnets. You know what I mean? Over time, they've come and gone between them. So think of a bright, snappy Strat sound. You should be able to get it with this guitar. And no other Strat on the planet is going to look like that. Nothing. All right, here we go again. See, again, that one was definitely me, though. Sorry. All right. So, all right, I'm going to skip over these two because we've seen them before. That we got Surf Blue and we got Seafoam Green, and they look great as always. And then there's the new one. This is the one I think we're going to be checking out. I think this is the one I think we're going to be checking out. Is going to be doing the giveaway with. That's the Soulberry. Right? And of course, you got stainless steel frets on these guitars, guys. 18-to-1 tuners, not locking ones. Oh, here's another thing I almost forgot to share with you. Sorry if my face is getting too big. The Tees guitars now has their name on the back of the neck plate, and there's improved access on the for the 22nd fret on the heel, and I think it's over here as well on the lower cutaway. It's hard to see with the black paint, but I think it's there as well. All right, so there you go. It's not quite like a violet. It's not quite like a brick red. It's kind of in between, and I think that's not. I think in some light it looks more brick red, and in others it looks a little more purpley or dark violet, which is I like. I like the brick red best. So all right. So they're available, guys, and they're $179 now. All right, let me get out of here. You don't need to see this no more. Stop sharing. All right. Yo, Ted, what's going on, buddy? How you doing? We're just talking about the latest Tees guitars, as you can see. Yeah, the berry one is cool. My favorite one is still Boomer Blue, but I have a thing for that shade, a blue in that kind of shade with that metal flake. It gets to me. So, yeah, the berry. I think that's going to be a mover. I think the Boomer Blue is just going to be the one that sells out fast. They're selling for $179 now. All right, now that's with the 154% tariff that's been imposed on this batch of guitars. All right. Yeah, I think that's kind of what it is, Ubi. It's kind of that blue from an Ibanez, which is like a take on Pelham blue, right? Like a little bit darker, right? I like that. It's a great color. What was I talking about now? So we're talking about $179, the 154% tariff, right? I was told that a deal was struck with the factories that Torsten uses, and both sides have agreed to eat as much of this tariff as they can and to try and ride out this whole tariff deal for as long as they can. But that doesn't mean that we're not getting this increase. There's still going to be about a 25% increase in the price of the guitars, but only 25%. And that's what we're seeing now with this ST1, $179. And honestly, that's the best $179 you're ever going to spend on an electric guitar. So I don't feel too bad about paying $179 for that guitar. I really don't. Okay. If he told me it was $279, I'd be like, okay, okay, because he's made the improvements. Roller string trees, which is no huge deal, but it is a tremolo guitar, so it does help. He's got, pardon me, the improved access. You know what I mean? He just doesn't sit there and say, hey, take the guitar model I sent you last time and build me another 150 of them. He makes improvements every time. Excuse me. Well, thank you, TSA. I did my best too. I had a Donner box to ship in, and it's actually a little bit like an acoustic guitar box. And they don't ship with anything in the box. They really don't. Not even the headrest, the headstock rest, nothing. So I put it in the gig bag, and I put padding around the gig bag, and I put padding on the bottom of the box, and I put padding on top of the gig bag, and I tried to stuff it as much as I could. And then I taped it up 3 places, wrapped the tape around it like 4 times. So it should stay closed. So it looks like the blue in the Esquire, the Carbonita. Yeah, okay. I've seen that one. That one's nice. Yeah, you're right, Ubi. They would fly off the shelves at that price. It really is a $600, $700, $800 guitar all day. He just doesn't have the branding for it. All right, nobody knows the brand yet, so we are the lucky ones getting it on the ground floor. He's not a guy who's going to sit there and just try and make a buck, right? He's not a businessman just trying to sell a product. he's trying to make a better product every time, and he's trying to stay a little bit ahead of the competition in a very competitive market. He's doing it by making a better guitar, plain and simple. Okay, I actually threw something in for you too, TSA. I was able to through what is it, the Sticker Mule? They send me emails all the time. They have all these discounted deals. I picked these up and I threw a few in there for you. They are stickers. So if you want to like spread the word in Alabama, or put them on your your grungy been around the world guitar case, So, oh, would that little bonus be the knob for Igor? That just occurred to me that it's kind of timing out with Igor too. Pardon me with my itch. Right, Ted, right? Movie, cover a guitar with stickers and then send it to Ted. Right? Maybe we could do that as a video. We'll just take a cheap guitar and put like 5 layers of stickers on it, and then send it to Ted. Say, fix this. It's not the knob. Okay. Oh, Ted's all for it. Okay. Maybe we could do that, Ted. I have a few guitars lying around. Maybe I could send you one to do. Maybe. How about we do something? Maybe I'll send you a guitar to upgrade, and I'll review it, and then we can sponsor a giveaway on both our channels. So, what do you think? Yeah, you down for that? Okay. I'm going to do a members video. I'm going to do a members live this week. I have off Thursday and Friday, so I'm going to take a little time and do a members only live, probably Thursday. And you're not okay. You're not a member, but it doesn't matter. I'll do we'll figure it out in the members thing, and I'll have them come. We'll come up with a couple of choices, and then I'll send you a couple of pictures, and you can pick which one you want to do. All right. So, and then we'll just take each of us when it's our turn to send it. We'll just cover our own shipping, and then this way we try to split the expense as much as possible. Yeah. Okay, that sounds all right. That's awesome. So, all right. So, guys, Thursday, probably Thursday night at 8, members only live stream. I'm going to come up with, I think I could come up with 4 or 5 guitars that we could send to Ted. Excuse me, Ted. To send to Ted. We'll pick 2 out of that, and we'll let Ted pick the final one. And then I'll send that to him. And I'll probably be sending it to him in Time Surfing Aliens box if it's still good. And Chad's here. Great, Chad. Stick around. Hold on. Okay. That's Ricky, right? Not Chad. So, all right. So 8:00 on Thursday, I'll pull like 4 or 5 guitars out. We'll pick 2. Give Ed the opportunity to pick the last one. And then we'll send it to him. I'll record it and make it part of the video that I'm sending it to him to do, the whole 9 yards. And then he can do the upgrades. I'll do a quick sound test and review. And then we could do it however you want, Ted. We could do it from my channel. We could do it from your channel. I'll send it back to you, whatever. We'll figure that out as we go, I'm sure. So, all right. Right. I remember you had an issue with that name in your stuff, so no problem. So I just want to make sure I don't call you something you don't want to be called, So all right. So now that that's done, guys, it's a good time to talk about the giveaway because Ricky's here. You're seeing him up here as Chad Lasik. His name is Ricky, and he is the generous person who was offered to buy a Tees guitar and an amp for us to give away here on the channel live, right? I'm going to take this opportunity right now, Ricky, to thank you in front of everybody for this because it's a very generous thing that you're doing, And I truly appreciate it because it does help me in my channel. And someone here is going to benefit. One of my guys is going to benefit. One of my subscribers, one of my viewers, and that matters to me because that's part of what this channel is about, is trying to make sure that we can help others in their journeys. And this will help somebody in a huge way. So thank you very much, Chad, Ricky, for doing this. All right. Let me see about giving you a call. I'll try. What I'll do is I'll try and just put you to my lapel mic, and we'll see if people can hear you. If it works out, we'll just continue. If not, we'll just do it through the chat. Okay. So, I got to find you in here. All right, I'm calling. Hello.
Hello, Mr. RJ. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you. Guys, can you hear us? Can you hear Ricky through my lapel mic? Say something, Ricky, please.
Hello,
Okay.
everybody. Can you?
Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry. I stepped on you.
Testing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I got my phone on speaker and all the way up, so I hope everybody can hear me okay.
Yeah. Everyone seems like they're saying it goes. Everyone's saying it doesn't sound too bad either. So I'll do my best to keep you close to the mic. And so yeah, like I was saying, I want to thank you for doing what you're doing. It really is appreciated.
No, not a problem, sir. If it wasn't for you, I might not have ever known about T's guitars.
Yeah, so the viewers know a little bit of something about you. Is there anything you want to say? Like anything you want to share? Like, because
I guess I'll just share how I got into how I found Mr. RJ and my first T. Well, I was actually researching Firefly guitars, and because I got an American Professional Strat that I got a really good deal on. But I wanted a little bit of a guitar collection. And as good as it is, I was just like wondering, like, how good are the, like, I kept hearing like the budget guitars. You know, I hate that word now, budget, because you know they're very good guitars. They're just inexpensive.
Yeah.
And I was hearing good things about some guitars that were much less expensive than my guitar, and I wanted to try one of them out. Of course, Firefly was always talked about. So I was researching Firefly, and I stumbled across Mr. RJ's video where he was supposed to talk about Fireflies, and he says, I think it was, I've got something even better. And it turned out to be T's guitars. So I was looking around Facebook Marketplace, and one just popped up for under $100. I was like, isn't that the guitar that Mr. RJ was talking about as being a really good guitar, and the owner's very meticulous? Right. So it was under $100, so I went ahead and ordered it. And when I got it, it kind of needed to be a setup again, but I was just, even though it needed a setup, I was pretty impressed with it. So I took it to a local guitar shop to have it set up. He set it up, and after that, I was just like blown away with it. What happened was
So since then, though, I'm sorry to cut you short a little bit, but I want to.
Oh, you're fine.
So since then, you've gotten, that was your first one. So how many have you bought since then?
Oh my God, I lost count. I got one for my father. I got one for my girlfriend, and I'm getting one for your channel, and I'm getting one for my godmother.
That sounds like 5. So about the guitar that you're getting for the channel, you and I discussed the color. Are you still solid on that color, or have you changed your mind?
Yeah, I was either going to go with the Soulberry or that silver gray.
Okay. Would you like us to ask the guys what they would think out of the two? I think I know what they would say out of those two, but
sure. I'm also get my godmother. Also get my guitar teacher a Soulberry. So
okay, so that would make like 6. All right. So yes. Hey guys, so which one? Yeah, there you go. TSA is already starting in. Yeah. Which one would you pick out of the two? This to give away the Soulberry or the Battle Gray with the black pick guard?
I mean, people could vote on any color, but that's just the two
Yeah.
I was thinking.
Yeah.
I think
Well, it looks.
the purple silver looks pretty good too. They
Oh,
all look really
absolutely.
good.
I think. Yeah. I think the
They
purple
all,
silver looks great.
they all
Yeah,
look.
but it looks like this. The consensus is coming in. We've got 4 for Soulberry with a gray would be nice too, but yeah, Soulberry.
Oh, I hope there's enough of those to go around. That seems to be a popular color.
Yeah, I think it's the new color, so I think everyone's excited for it. But yeah, I think that color and the the Boomer Blue are the 2 colors that are going to sell out the fastest. So you got my text
Yeah, that's
earlier.
right. I forgot. That's right. I forgot all about the Boomer Blue.
Yeah, that I think would have been
That's a
enough.
great one too.
Yeah, but so have you happened to? And if you don't have to answer this on air, if you don't want to, uh, but have you had an opportunity to see that their Tees Guitars is taking pre-orders yet? I did text that to you earlier.
Oh yeah, yes. I actually asked Mr. Torsten about it a couple days ago, and he said he would get back to me and let me know when he's taking the pre-orders.
Right. Well, that happened. That actually happened today. So,
Okay, yeah. I bartended a double today. Yeah, when I
okay.
got out of work to my car and I saw my first message was your show about. So I was like, oh my god, I got off in time to actually talk on the show tonight.
Right.
Yeah, my text to you
So,
was the first thing I did while driving home.
well,
Actually,
I appreciate that. So, what else? What was besides the guitar? You and I have been discussing an amp, and you had several excellent uh, choices that you
oh
were going through.
oh yeah, I go by either Guitar Center or some music shop and check out amps like every week.
Right.
I
So,
just found a new place in my area that's actually got more amps than Guitar Center. It's called Atomic Music. I just
okay.
found that was and I also do a lot of research on guitars. Like I do on amps I do meticulous research. And I
So,
was of course everybody knows about the Katana and the Spark too. But one that's come up that I keep hearing, and I can't wait to play it at Atomic Music this week. I keep hearing that the Orange Crush RT takes pedals like a tube amp. So that's one I have to
yes.
check out this week.
Yeah, that's something that I've heard as well. And I actually had an opportunity to. I think Torsten actually has one in his studio. We BBM. Am I right in remembering that he had an orange amp with set up with pedals in the studio? And it sounded great. So I'd like to get a Battleship Gray. Okay, he's talking about something else. All right. That would be interesting, BBM. He's talking about putting aircraft Navy teeth on there and some rivets and making it look like a battleship or an airplane from World War II. But okay,
That's a pretty good idea,
so
actually.
have you had a chance to figure out what amp you would like to include in the giveaway? So it looks like it's going to be the Soulberry guitar, unless you really are set on something else specific.
Oh no,
So
as long as Mr. Torsten's got enough soul berries to go around, I guess the
yeah.
soul berry will be what it is.
Well, after you've purchased what 2 or 3 already, I'm sure he's ready to give you get one out to you as soon as he can. He did tell me that you have given him a tip on a couple occasions, and so I'm sure he, he's very gracious and appreciative. So I'm sure he'll get that out to you as soon as possible. But they will be available on the website as of June 1st. But they are available to pre-order right now. I'm telling you, not just you. I'm telling everybody. So have you?
They'll be ready for shipping by you said June 1st.
Yeah, he should have them in hand. They should be in the shop by June 1st. So that could be a week earlier. It could be a week later. But I think he's figured out more or less when they come, and he's hedged his bets. So they might, if anything, they might come a little bit earlier. But don't take my word for that as stone, as being written in stone by any means.
Hopefully, yeah. I've been so busy lately. I actually thought they were coming like in a couple of weeks, but hey, whenever when they get here, we'll be happy when they get here.
Yeah, it's a it is it's a 2-month shipping process, and when he's talking about getting the samples in, and then not long after that getting the guitars in, it's really easy to get it all feeling like it's going to become close together. It gets me every time. But so looks like, so what I'm sorry, getting back to the amps. Had you figured out an amp that you wanted to include in the giveaway just yet? Or are you still looking?
Uh, not really. Look, I'm just narrowing it down. I guess we're looking at the Spark 2, the Boss Katana, the orange Crush RT, and there's like one or two others I just can't think of right now that caught my I'm gonna look into. But I was kind of settled. It was kind of out of the Spark 2 and the Katana, but like I said, I just kept hearing everything about how well the Orange Crush takes pedals. So
Right.
of course that.
Yeah. Well,
And,
you
and
and I.
now that one I don't actually have. I have the Katana and I have the Spark 2. So
Right.
it was pretty easy going back. I can assess them pretty easily. The Orange Crush, I'm going to have to play at Guitar Center or Atomic
Right.
Music to see. I
Well,
want to
that's
find out if
definitely
it takes pedals, as well as everybody says.
that's definitely a heavy metal amplifier. It's definitely a good amp. Yeah. Okay. So if you're still looking to decide on that, then we won't like try and solidify anything today about that. But let me get off the phone, all right, so I can get back to the whole group. I'm
One last thing.
sure.
You once a couple weeks ago, I couldn't make that chat. I worked like that. Like asked, you wanted to what you were asking, what everybody. If you pick one thing out of T's guitars, what's one thing that stands out about T's guitars?
Right. Oh, okay? You want to answer that? Sure.
Oh, sure. Yeah. My whole life, I've always been like.
Roy Gaber's in the
All about
house.
balance.
What's up, Roy? How you doing, buddy?
I've always been all about balance, balance, symmetry, aesthetics. Most guys like something that stands out about a girl, a big butt, all that stuff. I've always been about a balance, aesthetics. Myself in the gym, another one for this big, this something. The thing that stands out about T's guitars that just totally blew me away. Like once it's set up, it's a very aesthetic guitar. Like everything's in balance. The way it plays and how smooth it is, the neck, the pickups. I mean, it's a very aesthetic guitar. Like I wouldn't care if they were 2-3 times the money they costed. that would be my favorite guitar. It's just such an aesthetic, balanced guitar, more so than anything I've ever played. Actually, my first teeth I actually named after my girlfriend Julie. I did all kinds of cosmetic and sound upgrades to that.
Okay.
And I was going to do it to my American Professional Strat and name it Julia. But as time went on, I'm like, this $100 guitar, I actually liked playing it more than my Fender.
Yeah,
so time went on, I was like, oh my God, I guess I want to do it. I guess it's the keys that I'm going to fix up, do some aesthetics and cosmetics. It's going to be the keys, the one that I'm actually going to name after my girlfriend. So yeah, that's how much I love it. It overtook my American Fender, and I decided, I guess it's going to happen. This is the guitar I want to name after my girlfriend.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, regardless of price, just
right, well,
forget price ranges. It took over as my favorite guitar.
Well, that's awesome, and I'm sure that Torsten would love to hear it. But let me get back to working the chat room a little bit here. I'm sorry to cut off the phone call.
I'll be hanging around the chat too.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But so we're settled on the guitar color, right? It's going to be a Soulberry, and you're gonna stay in touch with me over the next couple of weeks, I guess, and let me know.
And the amp running is the Spark 2, the Boss Katana, and the Orange Crush 35 RT.
Okay, I think any one of those is going to be an awesome addition to the guitar.
All right, so everybody out there, bring your friends. Drop comments in other chats and let everybody know about RJ's channel.
Yeah, everybody, make sure you let everybody know. Let everybody come down, subscribe, because you want to be a subscriber if you're going to be getting a guitar. You know what I'm saying? Anyway,
it's a fun channel to learn a lot about guitars, and it's a fun channel, the fun subscribers, and everybody don't know what they're missing.
Well, Ricky, thank you again for everything you're doing. I'm gonna have to say goodbye now on the phone, and I'll just keep talking to you in the chat. All right?
I'll see you guys in the chat.
All right, awesome. RJ. Thank you. Yeah, thanks, Chad. See, it says chat on my phone. Thanks, Ricky. Roy, how you doing, buddy? Thank you for coming. So, yes, Ubi. Ricky is definitely found his way to being a T's disciple. That is definitely a good way to describe how he feels about T's guitars. So, Roy, you had me laughing. Thank you. Thank you for coming. Yes, BBM, you are correct. TSA is going to love his SBH HD just as soon as he puts 10s on it, because I put 9s on it. It was all I had, and they're buzzing. But he knows he's going to put a set of 10s on there. Roy, how's everything, buddy? It's good to see you again. This is a good time to talk about Igor, because Igor, I don't know if you know, we had an issue with Igor. He wasn't working right, and we had to start over, basically. So I took a T's guitar that I had, and it's been painted, and it is now back at T's Guitars. It should be there by now, and it's going to be assembled, and we're going to have we're going to have Igor 2.0 ready in a couple of weeks, and then I'm going to be setting up everything for the auction. So, yay! Woo. No problem, Jade. Don't mind it. I don't mind if you're lurking. If you want to lurk, that's great. I would love to know who's here. So if you could just take a moment to say hi, I appreciate that much. Other than that, you want to lurk. I'm fine. And so we got a lot still to talk about, guys. T's Guitars, $179, the ST1s. Does anybody think that that's not too much to ask for Torsten's guitars? I know I don't. I think these guitars are well worth it. And I think the world of these guitars, the SBHs, and the SBH, the ST, that's a close second. And I could get picky with that one a little bit, because I'm a bit of a pickup snob with the Alnico magnets, but I got no reason to do that with that guitar, really, realistically. Yes, Roy, it is. And yeah, the new ones are available for pre-order. They come in to the factory, gets them. They should have them by June 1st. So they'll be shipping around sometime the first week of June, and yeah, they'll be having them. They're going to have them soon. I'm hoping that he sends me one to review. I'm hoping he sends me a Boomer Blue. Thank you, Left Brain. Yeah, right. Ubi, you already have a hand me down, right? Well, not really hand me down. You kind of won that guitar, right? That's the Squire Telly from oh I'm trying to remember. I'm having a brain fart. I can see it. I just can't say it. It was a donation to your channel. Okay, cool. I think that was a great donation. That was from Searching for Tone, right? Oh, Jace gave it to you, and Brian gave it to him. Who's Brian? Brian is that Searching for Tone? I don't know by name. Okay. Yeah, I knew it made its way to you. So, but it's still a solid guitar. And if you want, at some point, you want to send that here, I would love to review it side by side with this. Right? That's something I want to do soon. Yeah, Brian is Searching for Tone. That's what I thought. Right? That's what I thought. I don't watch as much Searching for Tone as some of you guys. I'm sorry. I do like him. I do. But I don't know. I don't always watch, and maybe that's a crime. I don't know. But he's a nice guy, definitely. Yeah, Jace Allen. Okay, right. Okay, right. Okay, that's how it went. Jace Allen went from Searching to Jace to you. Gotcha. All right. So, and it's not a bad guitar, right? You just said the pickups are a little, but that's common at that price point. Yeah, it is. You're right. There's a lot of guitar players in this community, and you get so much. You only get so much. You sounded fine, Ricky. Yeah, Chad, Ricky, you sounded fine. Don't worry about that. I got a sip. I need a sip. So, we're almost at an hour, guys. We've got a few more things I wanted to talk to you guys about. All right. Um, I'm still doing the giveaway raffle. I don't know if you guys noticed that. It was up there. I didn't mention it. I'm sorry. But until we reach a total of $30, that's going to continue every week. And when we get to $30, somebody gets this. Right? And then I've got another system similar to this, but a more general purpose setup, a good starter set from another company that I'm going to do the same thing with. All right. So if you guys are looking for gear, you definitely want to check that out. The Bredge is hot for a cheap pickup, 14K in a single coil. Wow. But hot and muddy, huh? So it's not wound well, right? It's probably wound loose, which is weird in 14K. So it's hot but muddy. Have the EQ the hell out of it. Yeah, okay. All right, yeah, I would be too. So I wanted to talk about, we talked about rjscave.com. We talked to Ricky. The Fender Mustang. I mentioned the Fender Mustang, right? I think we talked about pretty much everything. Oh, yeah. One more thing. Yeah, it's definitely overwound. Oh, you think that's what it is? It's overwound and got muddy on that end? Well, that would explain some of it's got a bit of a scooped tone, right? So, but that probably was what part of what saves it too, having that scooped tone when you throw distortion on it. So yeah, so the giveaway raffle, right. One other thing about T's guitars going forward with the tariffs, the codes, RJK5, they're not going to be used on the upcoming models of guitars. If you want to use that code, you got to use it on the SBHEs that are in stock, and then there's going to be no more using those codes for a while because of all the what's going on with the tariffs. So eventually, he wants to get to a point where he can do that and get back to doing that because he doesn't like having to do that. But no more codes moving forward for, I'm going to say, for maybe as much as the next 2 years, because that's the length of the agreement. Pardon me. I was told about the agreement that the factories and T's Guitars have made together to try and eat things as much as possible and sell as many guitars as possible. And that's where we're at. So that is, yeah, it's a 2-year agreement that they made. So because of that, that's what I think. I don't think the tariffs are going to last 2 years like this. I don't think it's going to be crazy like this. It's got to end before that. So I think at some point they'll come back, but for the foreseeable future, no codes. Chad, yeah, Ricky says the Yamaha. Yeah, we talked about that. The Yamaha THR30. That's a very, very high end amp though. So my friend only amp for a 30-year-old crate. G80XL. That's a decent amp. Just if you put a good speaker in it, just about any amp is really good, right? So, but that's a pretty good amp. I had the was it the 120? The 100 GX 100? Oh, I forget. Two 12-inch speakers. Yeah, unless you're going to be doing like BBM, unless you're going to be doing a review video or something for an upcoming ST1, I don't think that's a problem. Just change the speaker. There you go. Yeah, you just change the speaker because that's where they save money. The amps they can only do so much and make a cheap amp. They have to make it durable. But the speaker, that's where they save money. So yeah, we got a lot going on. Oh yeah, I'm also going to be changing around this room that I'm in right now. Right, I figured a way to set things up so that I'm going to get more space out of here, so I don't feel like I'm so pinned against the wall. You know what I'm saying? Because every time I turn around, the guitar hits the wall. So there'll be some changes made in the near future. So anyway, we're at an hour, guys, and I got to get up. I got to be up around 7 a.m. So we're going to have to call this tonight. Thursday, 8 p.m. right? I'm gonna write it down here. I'll have picked a bunch of guitars out for us to pick through, and to give one to Ted. All right, and then I'll email Ted the pictures of the 2 guitars, and he gets final say on which one he wants to do. Okay. So I'll see you guys Thursday, 8 o'clock. All right. Anyone who's not a member who wants to go to this one, you need to become a member. Okay. So anyway, that's going to do it for this one, guys. All right. You guys have been awesome. I love you all. Appreciate everybody of you. I'll see you in the next one. Okay. And oh, one last thing before I say goodbye, the video for this week, I might have a last minute change. I'm working on a video for the new ST1s instead. I want to try and get that up. I'm actually going to try and get that up early. If I can get it up early enough, I'm still going to try and make a video to the end of the week, but I may not get to that. And that means that you members might not get an opportunity to have a video that you guys see a little early this week. All right. I'm sorry, but it's just the nature of this video that I'm making right now. I don't want to not let others see it right away. And I don't know that I'm going to have enough time to finish the video I already started for this week, because I'm actually behind on that to begin with because of everything that took place with the last video. So anyway, but I'll do as much as I can to get more content to you guys. I will see you guys Thursday. Roy, thank you for stopping by, buddy. You too, Ricky, Ubi, David, Time Surfing Alien, BBM, everybody else. If I'm sorry if I don't mention you by name. I apologize. I don't want to forget anybody. You guys are all awesome, okay? And I appreciate every single one of you. Thank you very much for coming by. I'll see you guys Thursday. Take it easy.